Hello everyone, I'm Lulu, the RC Chick, and today I'm so very excited to be taking a look at these new Bobcats, the THX Bobcats in 1/14 scale. They are hydraulic, and as you can see, I've got a few over here in different colors, painted by Toucan Hobby, which means you can get all your colors customized. So I'm so excited to get into this, so let's take a look at them. Alright, now let's take a look at the color choices that we have over here. So this is our first one. It's tracked and it's in white and black, and of course there is actually a red door right in the back. So that's our first one, and our second one over here also tracked with mostly red and black colors only. So I'm pretty sure this one is most famous. A lot of people like this one. And of course over here I'm gonna be showing you this one today. We do have yellow and gray on it with some stripes over here on the side, so you can actually get some designs on it, and they are painted on, no decals. And over here we've got this really bright yellow and some red on the sides as well. And of course it's also tracked. And finally we have our wheeled one. Yes, we do have them in wheels as well. So this one is actually a little bit smaller than the tracked ones, and this one comes in white and gray as well, with of course on the back we've got some red. Alright everyone, now this is gonna be the one I'm gonna be showing you guys today. So let's get into all the details of this thing. So starting over from the tracks, of course you're going to have your rubber tracks. This is a very small model, so this is absolutely enough. It's got really good grip on the ground, especially if you're lifting for anything super heavy. And of course you've got the paint, the two stripes I mentioned before over here, so all that is painted on, no stickers on this one. And of course you've got this part that's red, and the cabin has been painted in gray, but with the lights on the top being yellow, and then everything else is just going to be yellow as well. Now coming up to the cabin, of course you've got your metal windshield wiper that is mobile, so that's pretty cool for it to be metal for such a small model. So I think that's a really nice addition. Of course you do have your openable cabin doors with a lot of cabin space, and you can have your driver in here and everything, which is kind of cool. And you do have your guards. The metal guards are on the inside of this model instead of the outside, so that's on both sides of the windows, on this side and on this side as well, with a fully detailed interior of the cabin. You've got your seats and your controls on the sides. Now on the top over here you do have your sunroof with a metal guard over here that is secured by screws instead of just glue, which makes it even better and more high quality. And coming over to the side, you do have some ventilation areas over here as well, because in there that's going to be your battery compartment. So this is absolutely see-through, and of course it's also made out of metal, as well as on the top you can actually see it's also got some a little bit see-through. So of course there's holes in there just to make all the air just go in and out uninterrupted, which is actually really cool. Now the one thing I actually really love about this Bobcat is going to be the battery compartment, which is just under the cabin right here. Just, oh my god, look at all this space. So many Bobcats do not have space for a battery, so you end up having maybe a battery this small and it runs out in like, what, 10 minutes? But look at this space. You can have a 3S battery in this. Like, there's just so much space. I absolutely love that. And of course, you've got some servos that you can see over there in the back, so you're gonna get a lot of run time for this. So that's special thing number one about this one. Now in the back over here for the details, you do have your exhaust pipe over here. You do not have smoke unit on this one, so this is a simulation exhaust pipe for details. And of course in the back you do have your LEDs over here, and of course this in the back actually does open. So you do see the wires that connect to the lights over here, and of course since it's hydraulic you do have your valve block and all the valve nozzles that you can see in this back, which is a really cool location, which means you do not have to lose any space under the cab for your battery, and the most important thing is the battery. Now over here you do have actually a motor right there that runs your tracks. Of course you're gonna have one on this side and another one on the other side as well. Since they're rubber motors, you can actually, they're rubber tracks, so you can actually see the metal motors on this side as well as on this side. So now what's under this? You do have your fully embedded emblem in there. So this is the series SM770 Bobcat, which is really cool and easy to see. So you do not have any stickers on this one. Everything is painted on by Toucan Hobby, so you do not have to worry about losing stickers or anything, breaking or anything, so which is also pretty amazing. All right, now let's move up to the boom over here. It is, of course, hydraulic, so you do have your hydraulic cylinders, 2 on each side, and coming up here, those are your arms, your boom that control, of course, the lift of the main bucket over here. Now on the top, you do have these spare hydraulic lines, so these connection channels can help you with changing out any hydraulic attachments that you may have on this part. And of course, you do have your hydraulic controlled buckets. So right over here, that's 2 hydraulic cylinders that control the putting down and also lifting up of your bucket. And of course, this has a manual quick coupler. All you have to do to replace it is press this and lift this from under, and your bucket comes off. Replace it with whatever you want. And to put it back on is quite easy. You just, and that's it. It's on there. So of course, these are gonna be RTR versions. It's gonna come with your i6S radio. So I've already had it turned on. Since we're gonna run this and turn it on, I'm gonna be using this awesome 2700 milliamp LiPo 3S battery because it can actually fit. That is actually pretty cool. So we bring it up over here. So you do have an XT60 connector. Insert the battery, and of course everything fits with a lot more space to spare. Close that up. And of course I'm gonna need a driver for this because I actually really like this one and I'm so excited to get it running. All right, now let's check out the functions and features that this awesome Bobcat has. So of course we're gonna start with the light system. First, this is your switch for turning it on. So you do have your 2 front headlights, and at the same time, in the back, you do have 2 lights as well turn on. So that's gonna be it for the light system. You do not really get any modes to switch in between, but you already have enough. I think just headlights and rear lights, I think, is good enough for such a small model. All right, now here is the second special thing about this one. That's gonna be the sound unit and how it's actually set up. So let's first turn on the sound. So right now, once I've turned on the sound, of course you can move around and you're still gonna get sound. So first things first, it's gonna be the position. So once it's at the top position and you just move it around, you're still gonna get sound. But here's something pretty cool. As soon as I stop for maybe, let's say 23 seconds to be exact, the sound is gonna turn itself off. There is no off switch. It just did. It just turns itself off. You do not need an off switch. So now when you move forwards and backwards, there's not gonna be any sound. That's for the top position. Now let's turn it on. Put the switch in the middle position. Move it around. Of course, you do have sound. But now let's just let it rest and not move it for 23 seconds, of course, as usual. Wow, sometimes 23 seconds feels like a lot. And of course, the sound is gonna turn itself off. But once you're in the middle position, here's something pretty cool. As soon as I move it, the sound is gonna turn itself back on. And there you have it. You have your sound. So that's gonna be the function of the middle position for this switch. And now we have the third and final position that's gonna raise the volume of the sound. And there you have it. So that's gonna be your high volume. So in a way, you do have volume control. So, but I obviously do prefer just keeping it on the middle so that you do already have your controls of I move, it turns on. So that's pretty cool. All right, and now for obviously the hydraulic controls, which is what makes this thing special, apart from the awesome sounds and the battery space. And of course, I'm not moving, so it turns itself off. So now let's try and check out the main boom. So that's gonna be your button right over here. So let's push it up. Move forward to turn on the sound. I do like having the sound back on, of course. Make sure it doesn't turn off, and then go down. So that is your 2 cylinders over here, your lift cylinders. So those are gonna be your lifts, and of course you do have your extra cylinders right here for the bucket, so let's try those out. All right, and now for the 2 cylinders over here that control your bucket, let's try that out. Well, okay, now I'm trapped. Well, I better lift that. Okay, next time, let's just drive back a little bit. Okay, too dangerous. All right, so obviously back to the cylinders, so. All right, now let's check out its drive and movement. So unlike other Bobcats where you have to use this to control each and every track on its own, so this one you just use the joystick to move forwards and backwards. Pretty easy, very responsive. And of course you've got your steering, pinpoint spin. You only have to use one side of a joystick to do that. You do not have to press 2 different buttons. Steering is pretty easy, pretty fluid. Reverse, pretty easy as well. So yeah, this thing moves pretty nicely actually. All right, now here is special thing number 3 about this Bobcat. So of course the first one was of course the battery compartment. Second one was the sound system, which is pretty cool. And now the third one is gonna be your rear lights and brake lights and reversing lights. All right, so let's try that. So we go forward, stop, and then reverse. You're gonna have your beep sound and of course the white lights turn on, but here is something different. Once you just go straight and then reverse without stopping, you get brighter red lights in the back. So let's do that again. Forward, stop, reverse, reversing sound and white lights. Forwards, don't stop and just reverse. You get bright red lights. All right, now let's check out the weight of this awesome Bobcat. So it is, of course, going to be a fully metal Bobcat. It does have some weight to it, of course, except for the tracks. So it's going to weigh in at around 3.28 kilograms. So that is without the battery, without the driver. That's your 3.28 kilograms. So if you add a battery, of course, it's going to be heavier, giving you even more stability. But so far, this is pretty good. All right, everyone. Now, these are our awesome new Bobcats in 1/14 scale, fully hydraulic. You guys should let me know what you think about all these amazing new models and all the special things that I've told you about them. So, if you like any of these and want to get one for yourself, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm going to leave all of my contact information within the video or in the comments section so that you can get in touch with me to get yourself one of these. And of course, remember, you can get whatever color you want, whatever design. I will provide it for you because we can actually paint this for you. So please get in touch with me and tell me what you think of this. And if you like the video, leave a like and leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!